Well, hello everyone. I will be honest, I did do this video I think a few days ago, but when I tried to play it, it said like file corrupted or unsupportive, and I tried every way I could to watch it, and it just wasn't working. And now that I've started, there's a stupid helicopter that's like, out to get me and clearly fucking up my night and my plans. So, there we go. Yeah, finally. I wanted to do this for ages, but like I didn't, I was a bit lazy in lack of a better word, so I thought, yeah, well, I got some energy. And I tried it just before, but then I realised that I needed to fuel the tank, so then I actually drank some fuel. No, I didn't. I actually had some chippies because they're very nice and I like a bit better chippies. But yeah, so if anyone's seen the last videos or whatever, I have changed place and my hand is just doing you want some bullied ones when I don't have any, so I'm sorry, false hope. So yeah, I can't do this without me. So yeah, like this is now where I am residing, my residence or whatever, I don't know how you say it. I do live with my dog now because I like her company because she doesn't talk back, but she's just been very weird, and she's actually just over there looking up and down at me like a miserable fuck, and I don't get why. Like I just gave her a bit like leftover of my chips as well as like her food before, so she should be like buzzing her tits off. I don't get why she's being a weird, but anyway. So the video I did the other day that I really liked, I actually kind of spoke about two things, and one of them was why my theory on why I was bullied, which I've thought of this for ages, and by ages I mean years, because I was bullied throughout every school I went to, and I've always tried to wonder why, like a mad scientist. So in my little noodle I've been like trying to really figure my shit out, although I'm 25 and still haven't really figured anything out at that. And the second thing I kind of went on to like a self-life motivator guru thing, and I did it unintentionally, and I can and can't remember everything that I said at the moment, and I actually liked what I said. It was very like, Gandhi and Genghis Khan's like words that are love child words, kind of, if that makes sense. So I'm really hoping that I kind of have repeated, because I can't watch the video and like reference back like a textbook or something, which is very annoying. But anyway, my theory, and by the way, before I tell my good smart theory, is that my dog might need to go like out to the toilet or something, so I might need to pause the video. And yeah, so that's why, just now the more you know. Anyway, so the theory why I think I was bullied because I won 888 wins on on Xbox, and I think that all of the bullies, like, they've all in their spirits have kind of in like a dodgy, communal hall, sat in like a circle, like a cult, and then they sat around like I'm gonna butcher the word, but like a yaganga or something, sort of like how Adolfo Constanzo killed Mark Kilroy on his like spring break, yeah, 420, as well as other people, but like that, if you get what I'm saying, just so you can Google it and go, oh my god, what is she talking about? But anyway, so they're like all sitting around the yaganga like that, but they're also like having a lot of wicker and crystals and shit, and they're like having like crystal balls, and like they're being all mediums too, so they can look into the future, and they're just bullying me because they're like, okay, we know that you're gonna win 888 wins on Uno, and so we're gonna try and like really dampen your spirits and try and stop you from playing Uno in the first place by being really sad and by not believing in yourself. And so that's number one. And number two is like this in itself kind of makes me sad, but they know that, I think they know or knew that I like meerkats and that meerkats make me very happy, and so they like, well, it makes me very actually sad, and I might go on a tangent, I probably will, you know, thank me later for that warning, is that I went to, not Australia Zoo, I think it was Alma Park Zoo or something, but I went into the enclosure of the meerkats, and they were smaller than I thought, and then because I've seen all of them, all 4 seasons of Meerkat Manor, and I really like the whiskers. My favourite was Flower. I don't want to give any spoilers away, but I love her, and obviously they don't live till this long, but I was very sad when she passed, like I cried, and to be honest, I'm holding back some Niagara Falls in my mind right now, but so yeah, that's the sad bit. But then I said to the lady in the enclosure that they're a lot smaller here than what I thought they would be, and then the lady's like, yeah, the camera on that show gave them made them look bigger than what they are. And I was sad because that's really rude, you know, they do, I get it because people, and you know, camera adds £10 or whatever, but meerkats don't deserve that. They do nothing wrong. They just scavenge food and, you know, bury burrows and shit. What did they do? They should not be in any way increase their height or weight. I just found that very distasteful on behalf of meerkats, you know what I mean? So that was very sad. But then I think that everyone that was bullying me and was around that circle was you know, we're gonna have her go and sit in that enclosure and really come to the realization of that. And so her little, you know, her meerkat loving heart will be a little bit, you know, broken, because it kind of was. But I still love them. I think they're very cute. I love them. They're my favourite animal. Well, favourite exotic animal. What was another thing? Oh, I think that they also tried to bully me in not ever trying tennis on Wii, because I'm really good at tennis on Wii. I play a really good game. I feel actually, and same with badminton, even though I need to get better at it, because I used to be really good in high school, and then I think it's both the time that I haven't and also the head injury kind of, you know, threw me off the balance a bit, which really pissed me off. But yeah, so I think that was a bit, they tried to stop me from doing that, but they didn't. And I'm actually thinking of showing you my badminton rackets, because they're very cute, and I will actually, because they're very cute, and even though I've just said that twice, but I don't care. But anyway, alright, yeah, and this is, oh fuck, about to, yeah, this is it. It's really pretty, and I liked it. I was going to go with a neutral colour because I think, yeah, whatever, but then I thought, nah, I like it. I thought, although I was thinking, if I could only you know, use this to deflect bad grades, or, you know, growing up, or, you know, guys and their lies, or I don't know, any form of commitment, I guess, because, you know, commitment issues, I suppose. But yeah, I really like it, and I look really cool on the court with it, because it's just I've bought my own, so have fun with your rentals, you know what I mean? So it's very intimidating. But anyway, so the bullies couldn't stop me from this, because they knew that I'll get these really cool. Look, no, sorry. I like the mindset of a child sometimes. But anyway, as we know. But yeah, so that's it, although I probably should put it back, which I probably will. Although I think this one would make more sense than any, but no, I don't make, yeah, okay, can't fucking, yeah, but I think they also tried to stop me from reading my favourite book series, which is The Chronicle of Vladimir Todd, which was my first ever book crush, because I loved Vladimir Todd. Like, I was very upset when he was like kind of into this girl in the series, and so I'm like, well, you know, that's my first cheating story, I guess, so screw you. But I did read till the end because it was a good read. Although when we moved house, I lost my 5th book and I still need to find it. So I need to be like Nicolas Cage and the Declaration of Independence and just like go after it. Like there's no tomorrow. Although I'm really going to be surprised if anyone can keep up with what I've said, but I don't really care. I don't know if that's it, but if I think of anything, I might come back to it. But anyway, I don't necessarily know if this is like motivational, but because I do live by myself and only with my dog, and because I've wanted to do this for ages, I thought, like, you know, it's nice to sometimes just talk and let it all out, even if it doesn't get on any platform. It's just nice, and it's nice to watch and reflect. But like, I think one thing that really, like, although it's going to take probably a 180 here, but that's me, life of Jasmine and the brain of Jasmine. Is like, I'm actually very happy with life at the moment. Like on Tuesday, I'll be going and re-signing the modelling contract that I had before my head injury, and then I've got a volunteer interview to provide companionship to this elderly lady on Thursday, because I love old people. Like, I got this from my favourite comedian, but fuck me, he was right. He was like, kids are just me, like, you know, look at my toys and look at my whatevers. And in my version, it's like, you know, when you can pour me, you know, vodka and 2 raspberry, or no, sorry, not 2 raspberries, 2 shots of vodka and raspberry, or get a trade, you know, then come talk to me. Apart from that, it's all like you, and I don't have interest. But anyway, yeah, like, I love the elderly people. Their stories are always nice. They're always very insightful and very, like, very wise. Their perspective is just so valuable. But so that's what I've like got planned, and I'm very happy about. As well as hopefully next weekend I'm going out with a few friends. I'm meeting one of my best guy friends' girlfriends, which I'm looking forward to, because he's my best dude friend, and you know, I'll be like, you're not allowed to hurt him. So, although I'm not really that intimidating at all, but you know, one can try. Yeah. But then I'm thinking, like, I said this to my psychologist a while ago. I said, when you do get really happy, you kind of got to look at everything. I don't want to upset anyone, but what I do is I look at everything bad that happened, like being, you know, I don't know the limits of YouTube nowadays, because I was raised when you could say whatever and tell someone to KYS and any platform and be fine. But I'm just gonna say I was assaulted as a child as well as in high school, and then yeah, I knew Sass gonna do it. I just finish this before I let that little troll out. No, I love her. But like, and I also have a brain injury from a fall, or so they say. So, you know, but I think every decision, big and small, that I've ever made, as well as every trauma, as well as every like heartbreak and breakup and everything between, has led me to here. So, you know, I can't necessarily say, so it's kind of worth it, you know what I mean? Like, it's nice to go, well, if I made even one different decision, like instead of Hungry Jack's that night, it was Macca's, or either or whatever, then I might not be here. I might be in a worse state, You know what I mean? So that's my perspective on life, and it's not that I don't have anything to complain about, but it's nice and it's very comforting for myself, and I need to let Sass out just in case, because she's trouble. Yeah. Although I really hope that Sass and the dog, ooh, hold, oh God, I can't do it. I can't do it. This is embarrassing. Yeah, there. Doesn't like start a punch on, like, well, a mental punch on, because then I'll have to like break it up, because the people that own the dog next door are useless. But anyway, but yeah, so I think everything that like happened from when I was born to 2 seconds ago like led me to here, and I'm actually I'm actually very content, and yeah, I actually really enjoy it. Like, and I feel like trauma nowadays, like, I'm not a part of woke culture or cancel culture. I think they started off with a good message, but then they became a bunch of people that will use a bad example into bullying you into their views. And for me, I don't, like, as you can tell, bullying is not, I don't care what the reason is. Bullying I don't stand for. I'm not gonna be a part of it. I don't care. So I'm not a part of woke or cancer culture. Like, I'm my own person with my own views, and I can go to bed right there where I rest my little scone, and I'll just call that if I can not be an idiot for 2 seconds, my little bakery. And I know that I'm a good person, so and I don't need any idiot on the internet telling me otherwise, and I don't require validation from any of my friends, any of my family, or anyone else. Like, it just doesn't, I don't need it, because I know myself better than anyone else. But like, yes, I'm not a part of that, but don't know what she's up to. It's a bit sly. Hold on. Don't know. Hold on. Although I will be honest, I actually kind of lost track of where I was going with that, but I mean, at the same time, here is my brain injury card, because that is a dead set valid reason. But yeah, so like, I think when it comes to like who you are and all that, as well as where all those traumas and everything like happened, and where you're at, I think oh no, that's right, yeah, I can't edit for shit, so you've just witnessed someone with amnesia from a head trauma just come back to life right now. Although Sass, but oh yeah, good on you, champion dog. Yeah, is that, so I'm not a part of those groups, and I don't really care anything. But when it comes to traumas, I think my approach to them is that you kind of, not you, but what I've done is that I've gone to my therapy, you know, I've dealt with it. Well, I haven't dealt, because it still impacts me, but I've spoken about it, and then when I feel like my mental health is kind of on a decline because of them, like either or not either or, one or all of them, you know, I go to my psychologist or to whoever, I talk about it, and then go on with my day and life. Like, I don't think trauma should define a person, but I do feel like you as a person have some form of control over that issue, if that makes sense. Like, in a weird way, I think trauma is possibly the best lesson that you can get in life, because when I was in a wheelchair with like no hair, and when half my skull was in a skull bank, and you know, that was me at probably my most vulnerable and worst, and so I just learned so much, like too much that I'd be here for an hour. But I guess the one thing that I've learned is that I managed to go through that, so anything past that is like really nothing. And the one thing that helped me through that, to be honest, was my childhood abuse that went for 2 years, as well as the assault in high school, which, to be honest, no one in that group believed me. And then word of mouth happened, and I got used against me a few times, and so, like, by 2 people, and I don't know how many people believe it or know about it in the cohort, but yeah, it is what it is. But so those 2 incidents helped me out of that one, and then all 3 of them come together. And any time past that, what I do is that, like, when I'm depressed or whatever, I like, it just motivates me. And I'm gonna need to pause this because Sass is troll. Yeah, although, hold on, sorry, I wanted to do this, I did this on the last video, but like, yet again, I'm a failure. I can't, this is embarrassing. No, I can't do it. And she's just looking at me over there like I'm a fuckwit, which I kind of am at the moment. Oh, no, I got a bit of it. No, and I'm losing it. There we go. That's, hold on, yeah, there we go. Oh, fuck. Now you can see my armpit. That's embarrassing. Oh, you fucking, I am such a mistake in life. No, now I'm like, I cannot do this. I got it. So now it's like a dick tease. Now I just want to, I can do it. I can get it done again. Where is she? Yeah, I got it. Wonder how much that took. That probably took all 20 minutes. It's probably they're just like, oh, you know, I don't know that sound. Anyway, so yeah, I really wish I could edit videos, you know, like I had a brain cell, but I don't. So yeah, well, it was me. But yeah, so it's like very nice. And I don't know if any of them or any mutual friends or family, whatever, that I have that know them, but like, from the past 2.5 to 3 years that I've been single, I've actually done a lot of self-development, as well as talking to my psychologist out a lot, and I've actually come to the realization that I think from all except for the first person, I kind of just went from relationship to relationship to relationship to relationship to fill a void. And I kind of feel like I owe a sorry to them, because that, I feel like it was wrong. And I also feel like I owe a sorry to my past self, because I should never have done that. Like, it should not have taken me this many years to kind of come to that view. But at the same time, the last guy I dated, which is the longest relationship I've ever had, 5 days of a year. However, after we did officially break up, we did try mending it for 6 months, and then it's personal kind of a thing, but something in an appointment happened, and I kind of said to myself, well, you know, people can change, and I believe that, but it's a rarity. Like, there are some certain human behaviors where people will actually, like, it's just a rare occasion. But anyway, is that the last relationship I did have, I think, is something that I needed, even though it was incredibly toxic and very mentally abusive. Like, I don't know if any of the mutual friends are going to watch this, because and I'm a little bit scared, because it's just like, he was really good, like a very good, yeah, he's just very good. And I don't know, I just don't want to like say anything, but he was just, it was just not pleasant. Like, he kept calling me an attitudinal bitch, and this is just going to be some straight up fucking advice here while I'm at it. But if you're dating someone, regardless of the gender, if you and them are like, you know, being intimate and you say no, like past that, and they know you said no, that I spoke to someone and they said that that was not consent. So, you know, like if that's you and you're with them or anything, like I would suggest probably, well, I'd suggest leaving, because that's not right. And I'm really sorry, it's just that there's some things like that I don't think I've spoken about too much to anyone, nor really publicly, so, you know, or even if I'm going to post anyway, but I just thought, like, I'm now my age, and to be honest with you, I don't really think I give a fuck anymore. Like, it happens, and I think people need to know that, like, not about me, but that that's not okay. And it doesn't matter if the guy says no, the girl says no, the non-binary, the whatever says no. A no is a no. You know what I mean? And there was just other things, like I don't want to get into it, but I'm glad in a weird way though that the relationship did happen, not for those reasons, but I'm glad that it left me to fend for myself and to realize that I need time for myself and to really heal and, you know, like stop going from one person to another. Like I spoke about a lot of my previous issues that I needed to, and in the past, I wouldn't say all the 2 years or 2.5, 3 years, but all in that time I haven't been necessarily happy alone. It's been a very big adjustment, but I'd say the past at least 6, this is the first time in 25 years, or 25 and a half, 25 years, that I have actually been happy, and I've been happy just on my own with my own company and not needing like someone else and someone's company, or someone to just someone. And it's a very nice feeling, because you learn to adjust to being on your own in every way, shape and form. And I think for me it's like, well, I think for guys it's probably a bit scary that try and like date me, because it's like, well, the one thing I learned is that a relationship is a want, it's not a need. So you never need a relationship, you more so want a relationship, and not like at different stages of your life you want one. You don't always want one in your life, like sometimes you could be busy with work or whatever, but yeah. And so I think, I wouldn't say not necessarily all my relationships as a whole are toxic, but I think as a whole my relationships really brought the worst and the best, but the best was brighter than the worst being darker, if that makes sense. So, you know, I'm really glad that the last one happened, and I'm glad that I finally came to a realization with myself, because I think I needed it. And that's why I think like, and this isn't, I've been called this so many times, so this isn't really to anyone, but I don't want anyone thinking that like if you've gone through anything traumatic that you're like broken or you're damaged or you're whatever. Like, you're not. Like, traumatic things, as well as bullying, as well as like, you know, every single like there's 7.8 billion people on this planet. You know, you'd find it a very rare person that doesn't have a mental illness, hasn't experienced a trauma, hasn't been bullied, hasn't like had a family dysfunction of any kind. Like, you know, you've got to, yeah, like they say you don't know what people have been through, and it's like, I think people just got to understand that everyone's gone through, you know, a certain battle and a certain thing, and you can't, I don't think you should really, as the saying, like, I don't think you should really criticize anyone for, I guess, how, like, for them as a person, I suppose. Well, yeah, like that. And I think maybe hold on. I think, like, I was just trying to think of, like, anything else that I wanted to say, and I can't think of anything, although no doubt when I turn this off I'll think of 1,000 things. Yeah, and I'm actually very happy that the other one didn't work out, because my makeup is really good. I am so proud of it. This is just like winning, you know. So I will be like the next, but Bogan, I don't know what makeup person hasn't like been in a controversy, so I don't want to compare myself because then I might offend people. But yeah, so I don't know what else like I need to say, but so I think that's it. But anyway, don't know if I'll put it anywhere, but anywho, I don't have any like, I only have black socks just for the imagination, but yeah. And I'll put them up, but then I might reveal myself a little bit too much, because I got like, even though I've got pants on, and that does make sense, but I don't want to do that because I just would feel a bit uncomfortable. So yeah, you've got an imagination. Anyway, live long and prosper. Oh, I did it. It's really good too. I actually just got out of the shower and I just tried to watch that video to make sure like I was comfortable with it being uploaded, and I actually wasn't, and I realized that what I said the other night, like the first attempt, was all to do with the traumas and the bad relationships and just anything big or small that bad happens to you. And I'm trying to summarize right now. Like, don't dwell. And this is what I said, I'm glad that my memory's like, yes, we're working with you, you know. So go me. Is like, don't dwell on the past too much, like reflect and then take away what you can as like a nice lesson. And oh my god, my dog, I love her, but my Jesus Christ. Alright, yeah, sorry, I just needed to fill up her water bowl, and she kept drinking. I thought, I don't want that noise in my background, so I waited. I thought she was just going to keep going. Yeah, is to like not dwell too much on the past, because then you'll prevent prospering very beautifully, like a nice little cherry blossom sort of tree into the future. You know what I mean? So yeah, like I just don't think anyone, if you've gone through anything bad or whatever, like, I don't mean to be a life coach, but if you take my advice, or you don't, or you in any way, shape or form, whatever, it's up to you here really. But like it's okay to dwell and to be hurt and to be sad by the past, and it's alright to cry as well as to hate your hair at the moment, but like, I look like a mad scientist. Holy fuck, this is not a good look. Anyway. No, it's not even better. Oh well. Yeah, it's to like, don't, yeah, it's okay to be sad and down and to be hurt, but don't allow all of that to prevent what could happen in any way into your future, because that's on you. That's not on anyone or anything bad that happened to you. You know what I mean? Like, and I probably say you know what I mean a lot, and so I'm sorry, but a creature of habit, so consistency. But yeah, like you can't control what happened to you, but you need, not that you need to, but you can in some way control like how it, not necessarily how it impacts, I guess, for example, like I couldn't control anything that happened to me, but I'm not going to years and years and years and years on do nothing but stay in my bed and moan and cry and just be a miserable bitch. Like, you need to pick yourself up. You need to go, alright, well, this happened, and you need to just get on with it. Like, one of the most smartest and strongest people that I know has gone through the most horrific things that I've heard of, but yet owns so many properties, and has travelled everywhere pretty much in the world, has got PhD and a doctoral degree, and I respect her because the way that she's dealing with or has dealt with trauma is she like accepts it and then moves on. Like, like she doesn't, which is what I think with society, and why I was saying about cancel culture and woke culture, is that they don't, like, she doesn't sit there and constantly making an entrance, go like, sorry, my mind is always in 10,000 places, go like, this is my victim card and everyone feels sorry for me, and like I'm not trying to be rude here, but sometimes not sometimes, but there's got to be a time after a bad event where you've just got to pick yourself up and move on, because like it's the world and that's it. Like, if I was to die on or not make it from my head trauma, I would be very entitled and very delusional to go, the world was going to stop turning because I died. Like, I'm really, it was going to keep going. The sad fact is that people in my life are probably going to be sad to this day, but life still goes on, you know what I mean? So don't let one or two or three or four or five or whatever bad things stop beautiful things in your future from happening, or stop you from progressing through life, because that's not on the bad, that's on you, and you need to just get a grip, I guess. And and to whoever else is like watching this, I 100% believe in you that you can like get past it, because the one thing that I think only maybe my parents and whatnot knows, that the one word that I forgot, as well as am choosing to now forget since the recovery from this, is that I don't believe in the word can't. Like, I actually have a poster on my wall, I try and show it, but I don't anyway, and it says you can have excuses or results, and so I don't believe in the word can't, like, oh, I can't do this, I can't do that. Like, I'm very religious in the mind over matter, so, and like, I've attempted all of my diploma and I graduated. I attempted a Bachelor of Tourism, Leisure and Event Management, and I got past my first year, and then I'm now doing, because I liked the tourism, but I know it's hard to explain. Like, I liked it and I enjoyed it, but I lost the passion. So I went to my another passion that I was always passionate about, which is psychological science and criminology, and that was because I can, like, and now that I can walk and talk and whatnot, I can, I'm going to use that to my advantage in the world, you know what I mean, especially when it comes to my community. Like, I don't care what anyone says, like, I respect everyone else's views and their social agendas, but disabilities for me, like, they're my family. Every single disability, especially physical disabilities, I have a passion and a love and a respect that's a personal one for them, because they, like, I could not stress this enough, people in wheelchairs have brains, have emotions, and they can register the looks and everything that you give them in the comments. So just be kind, because they are human beings too at the end of the day. Like, you know, it is what it is. But yeah, like, anyway, so sorry I was on a tangent. But yeah, that's just the summary of what I meant in the first video, and now it's like the summary to the last end of the video that I just did. And I'm really glad that the memory came back, because I'm like, I wasn't really, I was liking it, but I wasn't really too comfortable with it. But yeah, just don't dwell on bad stuff, you know. Yeah, just don't dwell on bad stuff. Just be a sick cunt, I guess. Anyway, live long and prosper.